In a striking move that underscores shifting geopolitical realities and the emergence of new strategic alignments, Turkey has made a bold entrance into the South Asian defense theater through a high-level visit to Pakistan, igniting conversations from New Delhi to Washington and beyond. The high-profile Turkish delegation, composed of senior military officials, defense industry executives, and key representatives from Turkey's Ministry of National Defense, arrived in Islamabad in early July with a robust agenda focused on deepening bilateral cooperation in military technology, strategic defense planning, and joint industrial production. The visit represents not merely a ceremonial gesture of goodwill, but a concerted step in what many analysts are calling a calculated realignment in the defense and security framework of South Asia. The Turkish delegation was received with full diplomatic and military honors, reflecting the importance Pakistan assigns to its burgeoning relationship with Turkey. A series of closed-door meetings were held at the Pakistan Ministry of Defense, the Joint Staff Headquarters, and various military research and production centers. These sessions, sources reveal, revolved around wide-ranging topics, from the co-production of advanced drones, helicopters, and missile defense systems to deeper cooperation in naval shipbuilding and joint military drills. The visit comes amid Turkey's rapid militarization of its defense sector and its broader push to become a global supplier of advanced military equipment and doctrine, offering itself as an alternative to Western and Chinese systems. This alignment is not new, but the recent developments indicate a dramatic acceleration. Historically, Turkey and Pakistan have enjoyed warm relations rooted in Islamic solidarity and mutual diplomatic support on key issues such as Kashmir and Cyprus. However, over the last few years, especially under President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's assertive foreign policy vision, the two countries have translated this historical affinity into tangible strategic and military cooperation. In 2018, Pakistan signed a landmark deal to purchase 30 Turkish T-129 ATAK helicopters, and in 2020, Pakistan Navy inducted a Turkish-designed Milgem-class corvette, the first of 4 vessels in a multi-billion-dollar deal. Now, both countries are looking far beyond traditional defense procurement. During the current visit, special emphasis was placed on transferring technological know-how, establishing defense industrial zones, and building integrated military training programs. Turkish defense firms like Aselsan, TAI, and Roketsan are reportedly in advanced discussions with Pakistan's Strategic Plans Division and Heavy Industries Taxila for collaborative ventures that could include the joint development of 5th-generation fighter aircraft and long-range precision-guided munitions. The geopolitical implications of this cooperation are profound. Pakistan's defense doctrine has long relied on a delicate balance of partnerships, China being its principal arms supplier and strategic ally, while it also receives limited Western support, particularly for counterterrorism. With China-Pakistan ties cemented through the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor (CPC) and shared strategic concerns with India, the addition of Turkey introduces a new axis of Islamic defense cooperation that is independent of both Beijing and Washington. This triangle of China-Pakistan-Turkey, while not formalized, is increasingly seen as a new center of gravity in Eurasian defense politics. India has reacted cautiously but with visible unease. New Delhi's defense analysts argue that Turkey's increasing closeness to Pakistan could embolden Islamabad on the Kashmir front, especially as Erdogan has vocally supported Pakistan's stance on the disputed region in international forums like the UN General Assembly and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC. Turkey's burgeoning defense exports to South Asia, combined with its open criticism of Indian domestic policies related to Muslims, have led Indian officials to consider counterbalancing strategies that may include stronger military cooperation with Greece, Armenia, and even outreach to Kurdish elements. Iran, another regional heavyweight, is observing these developments with a mix of curiosity and caution. Tehran maintains complex relations with both Islamabad and Ankara, and while it has cooperated with Turkey on certain regional issues like Syria and trade, there is inherent strategic competition, particularly in Central Asia and the Persian Gulf. A deeper Islamabad-Ankara axis could complicate Iran's own aspirations of regional leadership among Muslim-majority nations. Meanwhile, the United States and NATO face an increasingly paradoxical situation. Turkey, despite being a NATO member, has demonstrated a willingness to act independently, even at odds with alliance policies. From its acquisition of Russian S-400 air defense systems to its growing partnerships with countries like Pakistan, Turkey's actions reflect a broader strategic pivot toward autonomy and Eurasian multipolarity. U.S. officials, while maintaining formal ties with Ankara, are reportedly concerned about Turkey's defense proliferation in conflict-sensitive zones like South Asia and the Middle East, where American influence is already waning. The symbolism of the visit is just as significant as the agreements signed. It sends a powerful message that the Muslim world is capable of building its own defense alliances without Western mediation. President Erdogan has long envisioned a stronger, more unified Islamic military bloc, one that can deter threats, assert geopolitical agency, and diminish dependency on Western arms and policy frameworks. For Pakistan's military establishment, this vision aligns with its goal of diversifying defense ties while retaining strategic autonomy. As Islamabad continues to recalibrate its external relations, balancing U.S. ties, Chinese dependency, Gulf investments, and now Turkish defense integration, it is positioning itself at the nexus of a shifting global order. Another layer to this visit is economic. Pakistan, grappling with fiscal pressures and IMF conditionalities, views military-industrial cooperation with Turkey not only as a way to modernize its armed forces but also as an opportunity for job creation, technology transfer, and export potential. Defense collaboration could lead to the creation of a joint industrial base that serves not only both countries but also export markets in Africa, Central Asia, and the Middle East. Already, Pakistani engineers and technicians are being trained in Turkish defense institutions, while Turkish experts are helping modernize Pakistan's aging defense infrastructure. In the broader context of global power dynamics, the Turkish-Pakistani defense engagement represents the emergence of what many analysts are calling a Muslim NATO in the making. A strategic architecture built on shared religious identity, mutual security concerns, and economic interdependence. While such a concept remains aspirational for now, the building blocks are undeniably being laid, and this latest high-level visit is a critical milestone in that journey. In conclusion, Turkey's bold move into South Asia through an assertive defense outreach to Pakistan is more than a bilateral affair. It is a geopolitical shift. As alliances are redrawn and strategic partnerships realigned, the Islamabad-Ankara axis may well become a cornerstone of the new regional order. Whether this leads to increased regional cooperation or intensifies rivalries remains to be seen. However, one fact is clear: South Asia is no longer the exclusive playground of old power brokers. With Turkey stepping in with purpose and precision, a new chapter has begun, one that could redefine the strategic narrative of the 21st century.